and the KCXW train is rolling into Linn, Missouri. We've got Old Glory in singles action. You were introduced to him last week. You're going to see what he can do in the ring today. Coming up also this week, it's our marquee matchup. We're going to see Bert Candy in singles competition going up against Tobias Storm, the self-proclaimed best in KCXW. We're going to see these two clash. It's going to be epic. Let's get on down to the ring, folks, because it's time for us to meet Old Glory himself. You won't find anybody more patriotic. You won't find anybody more supportive of the good old red, white, and blue here in KCXW than you will Old Glory himself. You see the Screaming Eagle on the tights. You see the flag draped across the face, draped across the chest. If there's one thing that Old Glory is about, he is about pride, he is about strength, and he is about courage. And we're going to see him putting his skills to the test here against the Shadow, ladies and gentlemen. But as this match is getting started, I'm getting word that we've got a live satellite feed coming in from Richard Goldman. Let's go ahead and get that patched in now.
1%ers everywhere. I have some exciting news. The 1%er Richard Goldman is back. But I've retired from wrestling. I am moving in to the occupation of manager. And what can I bring to the table as a manager? Let's see. Season of Excellence champions, rubbing elbows with the best of the best, having very personal relationships with presidents and board members. I've got everything that a client would want. My question to you, KCXW wrestlers, which of you are going to jump on board this gravy train?
A huge announcement there from Richard Goldman. He is stepping into the managerial profession. Who could it be that he's looking to lead to gold here in KCXW? The timing is awfully auspicious. Could it be Old Glory that he's looking to recruit? I mean, we see him on an absolute roll here. He's got the Shadow right where he wants him. He's lifting him up. He's got him up on the shoulders. Stars and Stripes TKO puts Shadow down hard. And ladies and gentlemen, I think that's just going to wrap it up. And Old Glory takes this one in convincing fashion, folks. A dominant victory from Old Glory here. And that has got to put the Infinite on notice with New Year's Bash only 7 days away. Old Glory, we don't know a whole lot about him. He's new here on the scene. But at New Year's Bash in Linn, Missouri, he will be challenging the Infinite for the Metro Championship. Easily one of the biggest competitors that the Infinite's ever had to face. This will be one of his toughest challenges to date. Also in triple threat action at New Year's Bash, Alan Jones, the Prodigy, going against James Moore, going against Flair Dior. Look to the skies, because this one's going to be taking flight all night long. An absolute banger of a match coming from that one. Also in singles competition in the women's division, Linn taking on Angel Shea for bragging rights. Both of them have their eyes on the women's championship. Who wants to say they deserve it more? We're going to find out at New Year's Bash. But ladies and gentlemen, it's marquee matchup time. Let's get it rocking and rolling. We have Bert Candy already making his way through the entrance. And in the short time that Bert Candy has been here in KCXW, you will not find anybody more beloved by the fans. You won't find anybody who has so quickly won over the hearts of just about anybody that he comes across. To be quite honest and put it plain and simple, Bert Candy is love, ladies and gentlemen. You can just see the excitement, you can see the fun every time that Bert makes his way to the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, you will not find a more positive entity in KCXW than Bert Candy himself. And while Bert Candy may be the most positive person in KCXW, Tobias Storm may be the person who is most positively sure of themselves here in KCXW. And that is not without merit, considering what Tobias has been able to do in his time here at KCXW, a finalist for the Season of Excellence tournament. Almost had it won against Clay Huda. So absolutely a threat anytime that he's in the ring. But the only thing bigger than Tobias's talent is the ego of Tobias Storm. And you can see that giant ego clashing with Bert Candy already. Two giant personalities coming together in this ring. But we cannot forget about the ominous threat that Tobias Storm left just a few weeks ago here on Slam.
So, Shannon can go out there and cheat and everybody cheers for that? But when I do it, oh, I'm the problem. That's crazy. See that? You know what? I can't do that. I gotta be a friend. And next time I see Shannon, I'm bringing my friend. Hope you're ready, Shannon.
And Shannon Reed may not be out here today, but that has to be hanging over the head of Bert Candy. Tobias is promising to bring backup. And while he may be out here by himself today, at the moment, it's something that has to be running through the back of Bert Candy's head. Who is that friend, and where could he be? But as of right now, Candy looks pretty confident stepping into the ring against Tobias. Oh, and the fake out from Bert. And Tobias does not like being played with here. You can see the frustration already mounting as he's complaining to the referee. And Candy fakes Tobias out once again, going for the test of strength. A little whip and nay-nay action from Bert Candy, and you can see Tobias getting flustered. A little floss action now. And Bert Candy trying to teach Tobias a little dance action. Oh, and a heavy right-handed slap. Tobias trying to get a waist lock, trying to go for the German suplex. I don't think that's going to work so well. And Candy showing the strength as he pulls those arms apart, and he just bashes Tobias back with those hips. Using that low and large center of gravity, huge elbow right to the jaw. And Tobias Storm is not where he wants to start this contest. Bert Candy's got him backed up into the corner. Huge chop right across the chest. And Tobias is rolled out into the middle of the ring. Ooh, chop right across the back. And Bert Candy is getting to pick and choose his shots in the early going here. I think Tobias might have underestimated his opponent walking into this one. And Bert now with the steamroller, flattening Tobias as he goes across from head to toe. And now Candy looking for the pin. He gets the leg hooked. A little slow getting the hook, and I think that's why Tobias was able to get the shoulder up at 2. But everything in Bert Candy's direction so far. Oh, I spoke too soon. Tobias Storm dropping the jaw. And now Storm looking to make some headway, trying to throw Bert Candy across the ring. That's not working. Candy's got the brakes on. He's not going anywhere. Launches Tobias into the corner himself, and now Candy's lining up. Bert's coming in hard. Misses the splash. He took a little too long going there. And Tobias goes low to the knee. And Bert crumples slow. That might have been what he needed to do. A drop kick to the back of the head. And Bert's face bounced off that turnbuckle. And Tobias may have just turned the tides here. And he gets launched up to the top turnbuckle. Bert Candy showing an immense amount of power, even from his back, as he launches Tobias up into the top rope. Going for the heavy right hand. Tobias with a block, and he gets a headbutt for his troubles. And Bert Candy using his large frame to his advantage thus far. Tobias having a hard time wrestling the bigger man. Oh, back elbow catches Bert in the chin. And that may have put the brakes on the locomotive. And now Tobias lines Bert up to the outside. Huge double springboard, but he gets caught. Trying to pull Bert Candy down, but he can't quite get the momentum. Bert keeps his center of gravity, and Tobias rakes the eyes. And now Bert, blinded and flat-footed, getting bent back. A reverse DDT by Tobias Storm, able to put Bert Candy to the mat. 2 count. And for the first time, Bert is flat on his back, and he's in trouble. And Tobias sees the opportunity, and he's not going to let it go to waste, planting his hips over top of Bert Candy to keep him from getting a vertical base back. Now applying a camel clutch, and he's reaching into the nose with a fish hook. The referee's not going to let that one go. And Storm backs off at the referee's discretion. But the damage may have already been done. Bert Candy is slow to get back up as Tobias drapes him across the ropes. The blatant choke right in front of the referee as the ref starts admonishing Tobias. And now Storm playing ignorant to the rules as he's finding every advantage that he can to try and keep the bigger Candy down. Huge right arm. Huge right forearm, rather, and another forearm. Tobias let Candy get to his feet. That may have been a mistake. Bert going for the body slam. Can't get it. Tobias with a knee to the kidneys. And he's just chopping the big man down. Jumping up for a sleeper hold. He's trying to get it wrapped in. He doesn't quite have it all the way in. That elbow's not underneath the chin, so he can't quite cut the oxygen off. And Bert backs him into the corner to break it free. Candy slow to get moving, but Tobias grabbing the tights to keep him close. That may have been a mistake as he just gets clubbed over the back. Huge, heavy forearm from Candy. And Tobias getting back to his feet. A flurry of blows trying to stun Big Bert. And Bert pushes him back. Tobias rolling underneath the clothesline sends Bert Candy to the ropes. Drop kick to the chest staggers Bert, but he catches himself on the ropes. Another drop kick sends Candy. I thought it sent him staggering, but it looks like he's only made the big man mad. A third drop kick puts Candy down, though. 3 drop kicks to the chest was too much for him as it tipped the big man over. And Tobias faking out the referee, much to the chagrin of everybody in the room, as he rolls Candy over for the pin, and Bert instantly kicks out. Tobias taking way too long to go for the pin against somebody like Bert Candy. Can't play the same games that he normally does, and I think he's beginning to figure that out. Candy's up on his feet, and Tobias is in trouble once again. You can't let Bert get to a vertical base. Huge right hand puts Tobias down again. And Bert's beginning to build up another round of momentum. You can see the intensity on his face, but Tobias, perhaps sensing the moment, jams Bert into the buckle and wraps him across the top rope right in front of the camera. Referee once again rallying a huge count. And he is getting close there. Referee letting Tobias know that if he keeps bending the rules, he's going to get thrown out. A huge overhead right from Bert Candy. A headbutt, trying to build some momentum back as he rolls Tobias over with a clothesline. And now Bert looking for another one. Huge clothesline sends Tobias up end over end. And Candy now looks like he may see his moment. He's got Tobias up high. 360 body slam puts Storm down on the mat. Huge stomping motion from Bert Candy. He's got the train rolling. The momentum is completely in his favor, it looks like. He's lining up for a huge splash, but wait a minute, here comes the marksman. Marksman from behind jumps Bert Candy. And the referee is calling for the bell. And ladies and gentlemen, I think we may know who Tobias Storm's friend is now, as Gerard is chasing the referee out of the ring. And Tobias and the marksman are now just laying waste to Bert Candy here in the middle of the ring. And you could hear the marksman taunting everybody here. Taunting Bert Candy, Tobias Storm as well. And Bert Candy is laid out as a crumpled heap in the ring. The marksman appears to be leaving the ring. But ladies and gentlemen, the damage has most certainly been done. It looks like Tobias has found his way over to a microphone, folks. Looks like Storm isn't quite done yet. Let's see what he's got to say here.
You see? Over this last couple years I've been here, I noticed a couple things. One, the first thing I noticed is that there's going to be nobody here in my league ever. Second thing I noticed is people from Missouri are so stupid they can't even know one word. That's the second thing I noticed. Alright? And to top that all off, I thought to myself, if I want to take on Ready to Smash, there's something I had to do. I had to travel to find a partner. Because I could have just picked one of you suckers straight from Missouri. Because you guys are weak. You guys fold like lawn chairs. So I had to go back to the great state of Michigan. Alright? And that's when I found Marksman. So Ready to Smash, they may have insane chemistry. They may be the best of friends. Hell, they may be undefeated. But they have never faced somebody like us. With Marksman's precision in his shots, every shot he takes, nobody's going to be able to win this score. He's out and washed up. I want to see every single one of you guys. With your raincoats. The storm is coming. Play my music!
Ladies and gentlemen, strong words from Tobias Storm ahead of New Year's Bash next week, laying the challenge down to Ready to Smash. Wait a minute, that's Bert Candy. What do we have going on back here?
Wow, you got your ass kicked up there, didn't you? Yes. Listen, it was really unfair what they did to you out there, man. And you know, right now I'm offering guys who are getting unfair treatment a chance. This right here is the KCXW Championship. So, what do you say to January 14th, Linn, Missouri, the realest Calvin Aldridge, the best KCXW champion ever, the youngest KCXW champion ever, versus Bert Candy.
Yeah. Bert Candy?
Yeah.
Because it's out of the title?
Yeah.
Thank you, realist.
Yeah, I mean, don't thank me yet because, let's be real, you don't stand a chance. See you in Linn.
I stayed a chance.
Well, folks, before we head out this week, it's time to give you the quick last recap. We've got 3 other matches for you to know about. Obviously, the big tag match, Ready to Smash, the Marksman and Tobias Storm. They're gonna clash. Who's coming out on top? Who's gonna have the bragging rights? We're gonna find out next week in Linn. The Season of Excellence champion, he's going out to wrestle in Linn, Missouri. Every time that Clay Huda wrestles, that belt is on the line. His challenger next week, Daniel Maxon, Dirty Deeds himself, ladies and gentlemen. And then finally, you just saw the challenge laid down by the realist. The KC Championship is on the line. Calvin Aldridge defending against Bert Candy, one-on-one in Linn, Missouri. That's going to do it for Saturday Slam, folks. I'm Jude Vice. See ya!